I'm urging my teachers as much as possible, incorporate it, use this as an opportunity to engage kids in the election that's happening. You know, if we want to step back and look at the longer term, which I'm really interested in, I really think we should rethink this idea of kids taking chronological history every year. Because this whole thing about chronological history, it's like the classic thing is, well, we never make it to the present. You know, say like, well, I took a US history class and we made it to the Vietnam War. You know, I mean, the fact that students are learning what happened in the past and they don't ever get an opportunity to actually talk about what's happening now, or even what's happened in the last 40 years, to me is a real tragedy. Because again, for me, the purpose of learning about the past, unless you become an historian, which, you know, we're not trying to educate a generation of historians, I think, you know, the purpose of learning about the past is to create engaged young people who are engaged in the present, because you can engage in the present to change the future. That's what I want to see. So we have to reformulate the curriculum. So for example, if you think about teaching thematically, for example, you know, instead of just starting at the beginning, whatever that is, and going forward, why not have a unit on voting rights? And you could look at voting rights as formulated in the Constitution. You could hit major milestones of property right, of property qualifications, race, gender, and then look at what the voting rights situation happening today. Compare New York State with Texas, with Georgia. Have a unit on social equality, and look at major milestones of racial and gender equality, and have students be able to engage with different issues of social equality today. And if you do that, so it's really like civics, what we now call civics, which is right now sort of a separate, you know, in New York State, it's like the last class you take before you graduate, which I think is tragic. You know, to me, like every class really should be a civics class. And you learn about the past with the main purpose to engage with the present. And if you do that, I think it'll be more engaging for kids. They'll go out and then it creates opportunities for doing things like actually engaging in civics. If you want kids to learn civics, they actually have to do civics. And that means finding issues that they care about. It means reaching out and finding organizations and people that are actually dealing with those issues and engaging with them.